What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Yinzer back again with another Clash Dummies Clan Wars video. This is not a recap video. This is going to be on close calls and things that could have been done to ensure a 3-star attack. I apologize for those loud noises. I just bumped my hand off my desk. As you can see, we are getting close right now to a level 9 war or clan. And I'll go ahead and it's against the Ran 21, 021. Another easy war for us. Got 4 attacks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attacks. Having more difficulties than just my audio screwing up right now. I've actually already recorded this video twice now, and it's a rather long video, and both times the audio was screwed up, so hopefully I got that figured out. But anyhow, we're going to jump in. We're going to start low. We're going to go with SK. What you're going to notice on this attack here, let me pause this, is this here. Let me get my... That's better. So what you're going to see here is a moat to the south of the base. We've seen this base a lot of times in Clan Wars. There's double giant bombs here and here by the air defenses and quad Teslas in the core. Mainly the issue with this attack is, as you can see, this area starting at the mortar, down to the air defense, down to the whiz tower, down to the cannon, all that is going to attract the kill squad, the golems, the king, queen, couple wizards, down to the south. And Wolf decides, I'm sorry, Silent Killer, this is actually X-Wolf's mini account, he decides to send his hogs from the north, which typically isn't a bad idea. You have your kill squad rolling in from the south, and your hogs coming in from the north, kind of simultaneous taking out the base. But Wolf only has level 2 golems, as he is a fresh Town Hall 9. So they don't provide enough tanking for his king and queen down at the bottom, and his king and queen take a lot of extra shots to take out these buildings versus his bigger account, X-Wolf, with a level 30 queen, level 22 or 23 king. So what I would suggest on this is sending your hogs in to aid your kill squad. What I mean by that is, you know, your kill squad's going to move in this area down to the south and over to 9 o'clock. So as soon as that queen goes down to your kill squad, start sending your hogs in over by this cannon. The cannon to the mortar, to the archer tower, in there to the quad Teslas, and then continuing up and to the left. The reason I suggest that is because the hogs will pull double duty with the kill squad when you aid the kill squad with the hogs. So what I mean by that is, hogs are going to take out defenses to save kill squad health, and the kill squad will be tanking the same defenses that the hogs are taking out. So you will basically, it's like using a giant ahead of your hogs. You use the giant to attract some covering fire from the cannons and mortar and archer towers, allowing your hogs to take out those buildings without being touched. The kill squad will run that effect if you put the hogs in just in front of that kill squad, and the reciprocating effect is that those hogs will be taking out the defenses that could eliminate your kill squad's HP. So I'll go ahead and watch the attack here, and you'll see what I mean. He does a great job with his wall breakers over here. Notices that he could probably punch through both of these walls in order to get to the queen, and that's a great idea rather than, I mean, yeah, he could have just put a jump right over the mortar there, but it allows him to get his kill squad even deeper into the base if he gets his hogs through gets his wall breakers through 2 layers rather. As my wife's upstairs yelling at the dog, I'm not sure if you guys could hear that. I'm assuming the dog, but the cat's very mischievous as well, so it could be him. No idea. Okay, so Wolf's just going to throw this archer over here. I didn't notice that in the first 2 times I recorded this video. But whatever. He had the archer, and he just decided to take out a spare building with it. But anyhow, the wall breakers go in, the funnel's created. Note too, I just want to make mention how he left these 2 buildings in the middle. You want to do that. I still see very often in our wars, some Clash dummies are, I'll call them dummies, kind of ironic. Some dummies are eliminating all the buildings and not leaving anything for your king and queen to target. You want to leave those middle 2 buildings. Anyhow, the archer queen's down, and here come the hogs already. So he could have saved all the health here on his kill squad had he dropped. Look at how much is targeting the golems and the king. His hogs down in this area would have been untouched aside from that wizard tower and maybe this archer tower here. As you can see, his queen's going to end up going down. His hogs are petering out because he doesn't have any tanking for them. They're going to hit this bomb here. He does save all of them. It's not a big deal. He has the heal spell for them. And he does get all the defenses taken out, but he has no more troops in order to take out the base, the rest of the base remaining. So we'll fast forward and show you that. At the end here, he only has maybe 6 or 7 hogs and his queen, and that's just not going to be enough to get through this entire base with that enemy king there that's going to take out a couple hogs while they try to take him out. It's just not enough time in the attack. And another thing that could have salvaged the attack here is, as you can see, only a few buildings up here to the north were remaining. If he would have had 2 wizards saved out of the 9, he would have been able to take out those buildings for the 3-star. We're going to move up to Jake on number 14. I apologize, it takes me some time to find these. I can edit that out though. So here's Jake. I believe my audio is doing okay this time, hopefully, because I don't want to re-record this again. Now, Jake's mistake on this attack is letting the kill squad die before sending the hogs. Like I just said on Silent Killer's attack, if you use the hogs in addition to your kill squad, they work in each other's favor. And when you let the kill squad completely die and all you have left over is your hogs, there's nothing to take the heat off of them, and they just can't survive Town Hall 9 defenses no matter how many you have. It's not like Town Hall 8 where you can just send 35 hogs at a base in some sort of random fashion and just heal them and they'll be fine. You know, in most cases that works. I'm speaking very generally. That doesn't always work. Of course, you're going to encounter double giant bombs that could vaporize your hogs, but it's nothing like Town Hall 8. It's much more specific and timing based at Town Hall 9. Had to grab another drink there. So as you can see here, the jump spell did go down a little bit early. Not a big deal because his golems still end up taking the jump spell, not tanking. I'm saying tanking a lot because it's a big part of these raids. But as you can see, no hogs have been deployed. The enemy archer queen is already down. She went down at about 2 minutes and 18 seconds. So we'll see when the first hog's deployed here. Still no hogs in. The golems are going down. Still no hogs in. It's been 20 seconds. Everything is dead. Finally, 25 seconds late, the first hog goes in. Now, I'm not going to say it would have resulted in a 3-star, but there was a much better opportunity if you would have sent those hogs 27 seconds earlier. Now, the way you can identify when it's time to start sending hogs, excuse me, is as soon as that enemy archer queen gets targeted by your king, those hogs are safe. Start sending them in. But as you can see, he's overlapping heal spells, and that's not his fault. He has to do that. It's an absolute must that he overlaps those heal spells because there's too much damage coming into the hogs. There's no tanking for them because the kill squad's gone. And as you can see, he gets hit by that spring trap, which is in a horrible place, but he still gets hit with it anyway. Leaves 4 defenses up, and there's just no way a couple wizards and a couple archers can take that out. So timing on the hog deployment to aid that kill squad and to utilize the kill squad's tanking power is much needed. Now we're going to look at, we'll first look at, I'm looking through my bases here. We'll look at Sean, or Short Bus, on number 10. And then we'll look at X-Wolf on number 10, because they made very similar mistakes, but they dealt with the CC differently and some things like that. And in Wolf's attack, the Archer Queen did not die. In Sean's attack, the Archer Queen did die. I might be wrong. We'll see what happens. I'm pretty sure I'm right, but I'm not for sure on that. Now, there's 3 bombs in this area, so Sean was a cleanup attack on this, and Wolf came after Sean's attack, so they're both clean up on this. There's a bomb on either side of this elixir storage, and a bomb at the in front of the Wiz Tower here. So I know both of them were looking to eliminate those bomb spots, but it could have been done just with a little bit more patience on the kill squad, and you'll see what I mean by that. Both Sean or Short Bus and X Wolf go in from like this 6, 7, 8 o'clock range down here. Now the problem with that is your kill squad's going to split. As you can see, the archer tower and the mortar here and the cannon rather, are close together versus this cannon being farther away from that cannon. So his golems, being defensive targeting, are going to work up to the left, but his king and queen are going to work down to the right. Now I do believe Sean kills the enemy queen with his queen though, but the king already went over to this direction, so he's about useless. Remember what I just said? The king's primary objective in a Town Hall 9 3-star is to take out the enemy archer queen. The other problem is none of Sean's troops take his jump spell, and the reason is because there's no need to. He doesn't create the urgency to take out that jump spell, or to take that jump spell for his golems. Now what I would have done is come in at the 9 o'clock, because as you can see, from this archer tower to the mortar to the archer tower to the cannon to the archer tower to the cannon to the cannon to the Wiz Tower and so on, there's no walls connecting that outer bit. So that's a moat. What you want to do with a moat is start at one side of the moat and let your troops work to the other side. Now, you could have utilized the jump spell if you went from 9 o'clock here, break in right at the level 8 wall by the archer tower there. Your troops will take out the queen, work toward the south. Then you jump over this wall here, and that would take out the Wiz Tower, and then in that air defense, and that eliminates your bombs, because then all this to the left up here is taken out, and like I said, there's a bomb right there, and a bomb right there at the point, and then a bomb right here at the point. Now, if you send your hogs on this cannon and have them work up to the north here, this bomb here never gets triggered. It never gets triggered in the attack, and that's just knowing hog pathing. They're never going to run across that because there aren't two defenses on either side. So let's go ahead and run Sean's attack, and we'll show you here what I mean. So he starts between the 7 and 8 o'clock range. Good deployment on his wizards. Leaves the buildings in the middle. That's perfect. King and queen go down. Funnels created well. Everything looks great here. But here you see the king is on that elixir storage, and he walks off to the right. So he's gone. He's just going to die to those to the cannons and the Tesla. The queen comes over here and takes out the enemy queen. Now you can see the queen is going to work down to the south. So my best suggestion here is to send your hogs in this area to protect your queen's health. As I said in the last video, Sean sends his hogs from the north. There's no tanking for the hogs up there, and there's no savior of the queen down at the south. Those two things kind of work against each other. There's not going to be any cleanup in this attack, and the hogs just aren't going to get the job done as far as being able to take everything out fast enough. Sean just runs out of time on this attack, so I can't say that it wouldn't have been a 3-star, but it wasn't a 3-star because of the time involved. Has a ton of hogs left, but could have saved that queen health, and she would have been walking up in this area while the hogs split over here to the left. They would have met in the middle over by the camps here, and everything would have gotten cleaned up, but that doesn't happen. And that's just a little tip that I would have had starting at the end of the moat. We're going to watch Wolf on this one as well. Wolf on 10. Let's see. It's going to take me a second to find it. Right there. So Wolf decides to take the Hound out of the fight with the Archer Healer trick. Only suggestion I have there is utilize this Archer as one of your 2 archers. He has 3 more archers, but if he were to drop 1 archer right now and then the healer, everything's said and done. But he lets this archer here get taken out. It's 1 troop space, and it's not a lot of damage coming in from the archer. But, I mean, you can save yourself 1 archer. That could be the difference in the raid if if he left, like, say, this drill down here, he could put that archer on it. You never know what could happen. But anyhow, gets that all set up. He actually comes from more south than Sean did, which just guarantees his troops are going to work to the right. And remember, this attack came after Sean's. So it's just all about angle. You don't want to start in the middle of a moat like this, because then your troops can work to the either side. He uses Valkyries, and as you'll see, when the Valkyries go in here, watch what happens. I'll pause it right now. So you can see there's 2 Valkyries right there with the king, and there's 3 Valkyries up here with the queen and the golem. They split. They're already gone. They're splitting from each other. They're just going to get taken out. This Valkyrie broke off into the center here. 2 of them did, actually. They're going to die. The hogs are already coming in. Now we're going to talk about the hog deployment again. I don't think it was a bad idea to go right at the archer queen while she was locked onto the golem, because she at least isn't going to be taking out a lot of hogs. But the kill squad's this way. Save the king and queen whenever possible. Save them. So if he would have put his hogs in over on this Wiz Tower and let them run north, I think he might have had a better shot at pulling off the 3-star than sending the hogs over in this direction. Now you can see the queen is locked on to hogs. She's going to take out a couple of them, but she's going to live, because she's going to take out that wizard that was shooting at her. And that's going to be the end of his raid. Still, in this case, saving them, the heroes, is much more important than getting away from the archer queen. And that could have resulted in the 3-star as well. But again, the most important rule on a moat like this is to start at the end of the moat. Still starting at 9 o'clock would have been the best idea possible for this base. One other tip that I have, and I mean, there is argument to be made here, and that's fine. If you want to bring the 2 poisons, you're more than welcome to do so, but you're not poisoning a hound anyway. What I would suggest is using 3 quakes, 3 heals and 4 quakes, 1 quake in the clan castle and 3 of your own, and just quake open this area. Just get it open permanently, because if your troops stray, there's still a chance that they might return to use that opening. If you use a jump spell, the jump spell runs out, and there's no chance whatsoever at them ever using that opening and coming back to where you need them to come back to. Now, of course, some people still want to use the poison to maybe take care of skeleton traps or slow down the king or the enemy heroes' shooting or attack abilities, and that's fine. But I would just use the quake spells if I knew that there was a lava hound in the CC. We're going to move up now to Eel. This is going to be the last attack. Right here. Now what happens to Eel on this is he has a wall breaker fail. He's going to take a huge angle into the enemy archer queen, and that's great because it's going to take out a large portion of the base as well as a double giant bomb. But he never gets there because his wall breakers never break through the wall he intended them to break through. The way you combat this is he wants to break this wall right next to the builders' huts there. So do not put your golem by the builders' huts, because then this mortar will be targeting that golem and potentially splash your wall breakers. Now in this case, it's really not that big of a deal. I mean, it's a big deal. It ends up failing the raid. But the reason it's not as big a deal as it may seem is because there's a Tesla in this area, and the Tesla takes out 1 wall breaker anyhow. So 2 wall breakers is not enough to break a level 10 wall. So he wouldn't have gotten through it anyhow. But you don't know that. If that Tesla's not there, they do get through the wall if that mortar doesn't get them. So put the golem down here by this dark elixir drill. The mortar will be shooting at that, and there's no chance that those wall breakers ever miss their spot. You drop them right here by the builders' huts, and they go ahead and break that wall. The other golem can go up in this area, and then 20 or 12 wizards is way too many. You can get away with probably 8 at the most on this. And what I would do with those wizards, 2 wizards up here, one on the elixir collector and one on the dark spell factory. 2 wizards down here, one on the DE drill and one on the gold mine, and then use 2 wizards to aid your kill squad pushing through the base, and you still have 2 wizards left over to help clean up. Now, because you're taking such a huge angle to the queen, my best suggestion would be drop a couple wizards and drop a couple hogs and take a 3rd golem, or take Valkyries. And the reason I suggest that is because both of those things provide enough tanking power to get your heroes through a large portion of the base. And you need that if you're going to take this kind of angle to the enemy Archer Queen. Now, my suggestion would on this base be the Valkyries, because they can take out a large portion of the base offensively as far as doing damage, where golems cannot. And they target the enemy Archer Queen. So as soon as that enemy Archer Queen locks onto them, they will be able to basically destroy her effectively. Even if they have to beat through a wall to do so, they put out enough damage to do that. So that's a big issue when getting this far into a base, is you need as much tanking as possible. The Archer Queen, because of the wall breaker fail, Eel has to drop his jump spell on this Archer Tower. He's never going to get to the Archer Queen with that jump spell, and that's because he wasn't planning on using it there, so that's not his fault. That's what happened. But the Archer Queen, his offensive Archer Queen, never takes it. She walks around to the north and is out of the fight, and that allows the dragon and balloons to come out of the clan castle and basically destroy his golems in the middle here, so he has no chance. Now, what I would do, if you notice, this clan castle is not loreable with 1 hog, and that's fine. You have 27 hogs. Now, I know if you bring the 3rd golem or the Valkyries, you don't have 27 hogs, but it's still worth dropping 3 hogs on the right side of this cannon here. So dropping them down by the lab. If you drop them by the research lab, they'll target the right side of this cannon and then move to the air defense, which will then get the clan castle lore, and you'll be able to poison the hog or the dragon and loon combo that comes out of there. So that's something you should always look to do. If you can get the CC lore, even if it costs you 3 or 4 hogs, it's good to do so. So anyway, we'll roll this, and I'll show you what I mean by the hound deployment. So the hound, or this hound, actually we'll pause it here because he uses. I said it in the few raids that Sean and Wolf did. Leave the buildings in where you want your heroes to go, because he takes out these builder huts. That's what takes his queen to the north and around this base. If he leaves the builder huts there, the queen stays tight in the middle, which is great, which is what you want. Now, you can see the mortar blast right there. The mortar is shooting at that golem. He wants to break that wall. If he doesn't time that mortar shell just right, he will not be able to break that wall. And that's what happens in this attack. So if he puts that golem down here, there's no chance that those wall breakers fail. So we'll roll it and we'll watch it. Here come the wall breakers, right there. Here come the mortar shell, and there go the wall breakers. Now, Eel's in trouble. Has to drop the jump spell out here. Probably knows at this point he's never getting to that Archer Queen, so he goes ahead and sends a few hogs to take out some defenses a little bit faster. Has the CC lore here, but the Queen is gone. She's taken off, and with the clan castle being pulled and on his golems, he's not going to be able to take out that clan castle fast enough to get him down to this Queen. Now, again, on the hog deployment, save the Archer Queen. Send the hogs up here at the 2 o'clock spot. Save her health. You might be able to pull it off. Highly unlikely because that's a level 22 Archer Queen. But you have a better chance if you save the your own Archer Queen. So because there's no hogs in front of her to take out these defenses, she's going to end up getting taken out by this Archer Tower. And the raid is over at that time. So a few important things, like I said, offset the golem and wall breakers. Start at the end of a moat so that your kill squad doesn't split. Put your hogs in such a fashion that they aid the kill squad while the kill squad is tanking for them. Those are the 3 main things that you can gather from this attack. Utilize the information that is given to you on previous attacks to refine that attack. I showed those 2 attacks on number 10, and as you can see, number 10 never got cleaned up. If Sean's attack didn't work, then Wolf should not have come in at the same angle. Should have adjusted somehow to make Sean's attack work, or go back to the drawing board completely if it was that big of a bust. But Sean's attack yielded 93% on the base. He did take out all the defenses. Everything went well. He just didn't have enough time to get it done. So Wolf's adjustment was to take the Hound out of the fight, but he didn't adjust the angle on the kill squad, which would have been the most important thing to do. So that's something that you have to be able to take the previous attacks and mold them to something that's going to work. I don't mean to tear anybody apart. This is just a learning, something that I've learned from watching the copious amounts of YouTube videos that I watch, and from really critiquing and watching as many attacks as possible. So just hopefully these are more specific examples of what I mean in other raids when I'm talking in the clan chat, and hopefully this helps everybody in Clash Dummies as well as everyone who watches the videos. As always, make sure you like, sub, share, and repeat, not necessarily in that order. This is Yenzer, and I'm out.